Next up in our series of interviews with the 2010 candidates for governor, incumbent Deval Patrick.
Thank you for having me. Together we can have a great interview.
Let's get right to it then. Governor, when you ran in 2006 you promised the voters you would reduce their property taxes. Instead, property taxes have continued to climb. What happened?
You make a good point, and I agree with it. And let me just thank you for making it. It is a valuable point to add to our discussion.
But how do you answer the question?
We need more good questions and less mudslinging. I ran to change the old way of doing things, and we are hard at it.
Okay, but I am still looking for an answer to my question.
You voted to change the guard, now we have to guard the change.
You promised a property tax reduction? They are still going up?
Yes. And that is why I'm running for a second term. We are on the mend and on the move, but there is so much more work to do.
What about the gas tax?
Yes. A very important issue. I appreciate that you raised it.
In 2006 you said you had no plans to raise a gas tax.
Right.
And then once you were elected you proposed a significant gas tax hike?
I'm disappointed in that question. I think the voters expected better questions from you than you are giving them.
Don't the voters have a right to ask, if you are re-elected, will you again seek to increase the gas tax?
I have no plans to raise the gas tax. Currently.
You signed a 25% sales tax increase, correct?
You are talking about the past. This campaign is about the future.
You raised taxes by several $billion, mostly during a recession, isn't that right?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch the last question.
After telling voters you would not raise taxes, you raised taxes 8 times, correct?
I'm still not getting you. I think we are having a problem with the audio feed.
You're standing a foot away from me.
No. Still no good. Perhaps if you changed the subject, we'd have better luck.
60% of Massachusetts voters say you do not deserve re-election. What do you say to those voters?
There is nothing wrong with Deval Patrick that can't be fixed by what is right with Deval Patrick.
You're avoiding my question again.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Please stop chanting.
Sorry. Sometimes I just get caught up in the moment.
How do you expect to win a second term with poll numbers like those?
I understand you had Treasurer Tim Cahill in for an interview recently. He is quite a fiscal conservative, you know.
Treasurer Cahill endorsed you in 2006, didn't he?
He did. And he was very supportive of our decision on the sales tax increase.
Speaking of endorsements, you endorsed Diane Wilkerson for re-election just weeks before she was indicted on federal corruption charges.
That question is so disappointing. This race is not about Diane Wilkerson. This race is not about Deval Patrick.
So what is this race about?
Hope. And change. And puppies.
Many voters say they are tired of empty campaign slogans like those.
Just words? Just words?
Sometimes words are just words.
Tell that to a little girl who just lost her puppy.
I honestly do not know what we are talking about now. But we are out of time.
Can I make a closing statement?
A closing.
I feel like we have left some big topics on the table, and I'd like to wrap it up quickly if I could.
Fine.
4 years ago, you voted for change. Hope and change. We changed the guard, now we have to guard the change. Massachusetts is on the mend, and on the move. It is not enough to hope for change, you have to work for change, and then make change that works in ways that change. And when the change does not work, you have to change the change, but in a way that always moves forward. Together we can. Yes, we can. Make that change. Again.
Okay. We're off the air.
I'm going to tell Barack what you did here today.
What?
I will. Wait and see if I don't. I'm going to tell Barack on you.